life is not what we choose all the time. I think I enjoy what I do. If you enjoy your profession, you never have those contradictions that you have to do a balancing act. So I have many items which are soothing. They completely change your physiology immediately. If you listen to a particular raga, your heart rate will drop. There is a raga, it makes your heart race. I don't pretend that I planned my career so well and all that. That will be a lie. Be happy about whatever you do, whatever you choose. Dear microbes, just be the friendly microbes.
Welcome to Daktari Tone, where voices, perspectives, and sounds relating to healthcare practitioners and matters health are amplified. This is a podcast by Daktari Online, created for healthcare professionals across Kenya. Each episode brings you honest conversations, expert insights, and real-life stories from the front lines of care. Just as I mentioned, you're going to touch on now your life as a leader and a teacher. And from getting to know you, you did say you've headed various departments in both private and public sectors, and you've also trained specialists, cutting across just not only being in the hospitals, you're also in training institutions from KNH, UON, and now Aga Khan. And so my first question to you will be, is there a moment that you saw influence reflected in a student's success?
There are several. For a teacher who is very experienced, like I worked in 6 medical colleges. This is my 6th medical college. I was in Maulana Azad Medical College in New Delhi, University College of Medical Sciences in New Delhi, Indian Council of Medical Research in New Delhi, and also All India Institute of Medical Sciences, then College of Health Sciences, KNH, then Aga Khan. This is my 6th university. So there are many moments. And for a teacher with a long track record, there will not be one single moment. So many students in UCMS, one of my students got a gold medal for the thesis. And in the KNH, many students I supervised their thesis topics. They are now professors. They are scientists in Kemri, very senior scientists, those who did their PhDs with me. And 2 of them are now in South Africa in Stellenbosch University. There is one recently my PhD student who is now in Walter Reed Research Center. And currently in Aga Khan Doctors Plaza, there are 6 to 8 specialists. All of them, I was their supervisor. So anytime I walk a corridor, somebody greets me, makes my day. Yes. These days, any county referral hospital I go, I find my student there. And very high positions like Pharmacy Poisons Board, Ministry of Health, Institute of Public Health now. They are all dotted with my students. So it's not one moment, it's a million moments.
I can only imagine that feeling of just...
There was a day I went to Thika County Referral Hospital and we were to meet the medical superintendent there, and came out my student, my old student.
Just them being leaders in their own right, and you, oh my God,
they are
being
medical advisors in the top
you
class
being part of
pharmaceutical companies. They are medical advisors. So there are million moments.
And the way you even communicate and even have this memory of all this, it speaks of your passion around this. So, I would like to know what drives or what sustains your passion for teaching, especially, despite the competing.
I think it's just the excitement of the profession, and it is nothing you practice and you do by force. It has to be inborn. So I thank God for it, and I thank my parents and my grandparents for it, for making us what we are, for giving us those genes to have that excitement in your profession. Without that, it won't happen. Yeah.
Okay, and what's your teaching philosophy in just one sentence?
My teaching philosophy is very simple. It's to give them the power, empowerment, and the stimulation to go and seek knowledge. And our teachers were that way. They stimulated us every day to seek more knowledge, and also freedom, not be restrained by anything, and also have some inhibition between the teacher and student relationship. The relationship which we always follow, and my philosophy particularly, is a collegial relationship. The student is a learner, and sometimes we learn from them. These days, especially doctoral students, teach us a couple of things. When the first I meet my doctoral students, that's what I tell. You have to stimulate me, I stimulate you. It's mutual, and I don't teach you. You learn, but you teach me new things. And that is how we succeed together.
That's a really interesting angle of seeing things. Oh, whoa. Okay, and now what is that one leadership lesson that the lab has taught you?
There isn't one lesson, there are multiple lessons. It cannot be one lesson. One is a self-directed motivation, which we teach and we learn every day. And that is the central philosophy for anything: discipline, professionalism, growth in the profession, knowledge acquisition, practical skills, improvement of skills. All this centers around self-directed, lifelong learning. And that is for a student, for a professional, it's across.
And now with all this, how do you even get to create balance, from being a professor to a researcher to a leader? How do you keep balance?
I don't think it's a balance we have to make. It's a sort of integration. If you say you have to strike a balance, that means there are some conflicts within these. All these roles. No, I understood. There is no contradiction between them. Like if you are teaching and you are also doing diagnostic work, the same diagnostic work you are teaching, and what you are teaching and learning with the students is what you are using in your diagnostic work. So there is no self-contradiction to be doing a quick, difficult balancing act. It's an integration of all these things, and one feeds into the other. They are all interdependent, interconnected, and inter-nourishing. And if you enjoy your profession, you never have those contradictions that you have to do a balancing act. I think I enjoy what I do, so I never felt that I'm balancing something and I'm really exerting myself.
And I'm talking about now your students and this relationship that is almost collegiate. Exactly. What is that one thing that maybe would shock them about yourself? That maybe they'll be like, what?
There may be many things which you still have that age gap. I can say a generation gap, which you may not share with them. So there are things like they have not seen me dancing. So if they see me dancing, they will be shocked. There are many things like that. They may be shocked.
Okay, and now that even now leads us to now our fun part questions. If what funny teaching or leadership mistake still makes you smile?
Leadership mistakes and funny.
Yes.
Funny leadership mistakes are where a leader thinks he's leading, firmly believes he's leading, and he's going ahead, not looking back, goes ahead a long way and looks back and sees there's nobody behind.
You're all by yourself. People left. People paused somewhere for water and they didn't even give.
Leadership is about walking together, taking the crowd with you, not so much leading them, to be able to take them with you, to be able to walk with them. And a leader need not walk before, he can be walking behind, like a shepherd. Very careful shepherd always goes behind the goats, looks after every goat, and the lame goat especially, that it doesn't go astray. He may not be lead, he has to be behind. Sometimes leadership is like a shepherd.
Do you have a question for me?
Yes, what is your definition of successful leadership? What does it look like?
I'll always answer that question with purpose. Because if you wait to get rewards, sometimes it might take longer and you might give up. So rather than taking it for a fact that you want to get something out of it, have the hunger of getting to impact people, have the hunger to getting people to, understand something. And
I think
also
this is the corporate philosophy. It doesn't work in education field.
Oh, yeah.
It's a corporate one.
Okay, great. And I get
In
that
education, this thing doesn't work.
Exactly. But then
Because it will immediately put out the students. In corporate, yes. If you are in a corporate office, in a business office, yes.
But still at the same time, every day is a learning day. So as much as it's still corporate, I still believe in the fact that every time I'll meet someone, younger or older, or different ethnicity whatsoever, I'm still going to learn something from them, and they're still going to learn something from me. And even if it's not just learning something, I'm still going to impact them in some kind of way. Exactly. So still, because even with this interaction we are having here, let's say maybe you're speaking to someone already who is like, specializing just as the same as you, still at that point of that conversation, there's something you've impacted, something you've buried, something
Another
you've learned.
specialist, you continuously learn.
Exactly.
If you have a similar specialist, if you are like, that is something I miss in my profession. When I came to Kenya, there was no microbiologist. So I missed that development of being in 10 or 15 microbiologists. But, those days, this online stuff was not there. Telephones were very expensive. So we were sort of isolated. Unless you travel and meet specialists, you don't have that company. Clinical microbiologist was not there. But now we are critical mass. We are quite a few people, and that growth can take place among the profession.
If maybe I was to answer another question in maybe a whole round, and I hope I get it right this time. Yes, we have, but then on my end, because it was coming off more of corporate, I would say for me, leadership is just to maintain open-mindedness.
That is collegiality.
Exactly.
Collaborative.
Yeah. Now, talking about dancing, what hobbies do you enjoy outside medicine?
I have many hobbies. Music, classical music was my hobby. I taught my daughters, and I was also learning with them, especially with my younger daughter when she was very small. I used to take her to the teacher and sit there, and the teacher started teaching me. So I made quite a few programs, and I was a singer in my college. Recently, in my class reunion, my graduate class reunion, I was the best singer.
I would like to hear you sing. I'd like to see you dance. I don't know when, but I would.
Time for it sometime.
Now, talking about music, if your life had a soundtrack, what song would you play during the quietest moments?
I have many classical items for that, which, Indian classical music is amazing.
Yes.
It has a specific ragas. Raga is a tune.
Yes.
Which is prescribed that this raga is for the morning, this is for the evening, this is for the afternoon. And that raga has a structure, and it sets a mood. It can completely take you into a different world. So I have many items which are soothing. They completely change your physiology immediately. If you listen to a particular raga, your heart rate will drop. There is a raga, it makes your heart race. So Indian classical music is a different topic, immense topic. So I have all those, and there are special ragas which I enjoy, so I play them. And there are artists, great artists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ask me a question.
What question should I ask?
As you're thinking, then
what is your favorite dance? 2 words answer.
Favorite dance? Huh?
Among the tribal dances of Kenya, I have one favorite dance.
You start. What's your one favorite
Chulu dance?
Chulu. What type of dance is that? I am Kenyan.
It's a special dance. Special dance. It has a special costume, and it is performed by the mountain tribes. Yeah. Okay. And it has special steps and moves and costumes. And
The fact that I love to dance, but I've never like gotten into to know the types of dances, my bad. But next time we meet, I'll give you an answer. But then, okay, now what is, if you could instantly master a skill, what would it, which would it be?
Right now, there are 3 skills I'm planning to learn, but I'm not able to make the time for it. One is making garlands, stitching the flowers. And then there are some special dishes. I want to learn how to cook them. One of them I learned last year, and I'm practicing every Saturday.
What dish is that?
Yeah. It's called vada. It's a South Indian snack, and this vada is a fried dish made of black gram, and it takes about 2 to 3 hours. Then I make those vadas and I take them to the temple and offer them to Hanuman. Hanuman is a monkey god. It's a a story of evolution. Man evolved from monkey. So between the evolution somewhere, the monkey god, the monkey can speak, behaves like a human. So that Hanuman is a god, my favorite god, my mother's favorite god. So these vadas are stitched into a garland and it is decorated on the god. And then it is distributed to all the faithfuls. So I've been doing it some Saturdays. So that is one skill I learned.
Yes. So what is that career advice you wish you had earlier?
For my juniors, career advice. Career advice, I don't pretend that I planned my career so well and all that. That will be a lie. I will tell them, be yourself. Naturally choose what you want to do. Don't be forced by anybody. Yes, there are things, family pressure. Sometimes your father wants you to be a doctor, your mother wants you to be an engineer. Those things are there. That is individual, what happens in a family. Sometimes you have a choice, sometimes you may not have a choice, depends on the family. But be yourself, take time and choose what you want to do. And it's very important that whatever you are doing in your life, you must like it, you must enjoy it. When you don't, then all those other problems crop up, burnout, balancing act, and all those issues are because you don't enjoy your profession. At the same time, we must realize life is not what we choose all the time. Life takes you in a different direction. You should be able to take the rough with the smooth and still navigate and make the most of the opportunities. And don't wait for the opportunities. Try to make the opportunities. And also don't lose opportunities. Be prepared for them. Like when the bus arrives, be there at the stage and catch the bus, not, miss it and then regret. So all these things are, sometimes they are in your hands, sometimes they are not, but to take it into your stride and be happy about whatever you do, whatever you choose.
And what legacy do you hope to leave behind?
Legacy, I don't think I'm such a great person to be leaving legacy. You see, we have great literature, Vedas. We don't know the author now. The great books of science, but we don't know the author. That being the case, I don't see I leave any legacy, but some labs I built, some programs I have done, the people I trained, and the motivation I gave them, the knowledge, the empowerment I gave to hundreds of students, and the spark in them to propagate microbiology. I think that's my legacy. And the lab I built in Aga Khan is my legacy.
Okay, thank you so much for those words, for you taking us through your leadership, the things you've learned through it, and holding your students down, them learning and not just, them getting taught. And the fact that you also, have passion. You're showing us that passion is a requirement. This conversation has been full of wisdom and hope as well. And now to wrap up, one answer for each. It's quick fire. So, coffee or tea?
Madafu anytime. No coffee, no tea.
Wow, you got me off guard. That's nice. Okay, if you're not a microbiologist, what career would you try?
I would like to be a florist.
Ooh,
or a beautician.
Wow, from food, my God, you have a fun life. Honestly, I see it. There's food, there's music, there's dance, now florist, now beautician. Wow. Great. Okay. Now, what is that last book or show you enjoyed?
My father's writing, My Country, My People. That's the title of the book. It's beautiful poems and essays.
One historical figure you've done with.
I would like to dine with Winston Churchill. I have a lot to ask him about the colonization of India and the plunder British.
What is that one word friends used to describe you?
Reva the Gentle.
Ooh. Okay. So you're gentle?
I was when I was.
You
with-
were?
I am still.
Okay. Okay. Now, lastly, if microbes could talk, what would you ask them?
I will ask them, dear microbes, just be the friendly microbes. Switch off your pathogenic potential. Switch off the toxins. Switch off the AMR genes.
Yes.
Switch off all those exotoxins, endotoxins, and just become the food producing, wine producing microbes, cheese producing microbes, bread making microbes.
Okay, one question. Just one question for me.
Okay. As a journalist, what would you like to contribute to microbiology?
Research. I think the connection between now media, just as you stated, and even you're having medics coming to the side of understanding journalism. I feel like if we could walk through with some, not all of.
What would be the strategy? Would you acquire some public health qualification? Or
Yes,
something?
yes. Actually, I'm looking forward to.
That's what I am driving you to.
Yes.
Acquire some public health qualification, then that makes you very, very productive as a journalist. Right?
Thank you so much, Professor Revathi, for sharing your world, both outside science and as a microbiologist. It has been an interesting conversation. I have learned a lot. I am one of your students in the side. And from your insights and your generosity in teaching and reminding us that science is deeply human, interconnected with environment, and it had Anantha. That was what you said? Anantha. Thank you so much. So I'm going to give you this opportunity to have a parting shot. Tell us something, what you think also about the podcast, and maybe it's something that you feel it's relevant and important that I just left out from our conversation.
Thank you very much again for this conversation. It made me think certain things which I never thought myself. I was stimulated to think and talk to you about all these things. And I think I want to highlight the fact that microbiology is a fascinating science. It is a basis of a lot of our diseases. It is also a solution to a lot of prevention of the diseases and also management of diseases and diagnosing diseases. So we need more microbiologists, clinical and medical microbiologists, scientists who can design these vaccines. So we need more capacity in this field. So if people understand it more, and the contribution of journalists and the social media and other propagating media is very, very important in this field, that they are propagating the science, the messages they are giving, and also in community education about microbiology, you have a cardinal role to play. I hope that is how it all synergizes. The medicos and the journalists, the scientists, they can all work together and have some impactful results.
And to our listeners, thank you so much for being part of this episode. To catch more of these kinds of episodes, follow us in all our social media platforms so that you may be able to listen to voices that shape healthcare today. Stay curious, stay healthy, and see you next.